Time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, Corey Sandin, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Royal Polaris, the world's finest long-range sports fisher. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray with Rock Cod Rick Mexa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup right next to San Diego Landings in Point Loma. It's another beautiful Southern California day, and we have Mr. Doug Kern, the tackle guru himself from Fisherman's Landing Tackle. It's showtime, and I can look at Doug's sheet, and he's a whole list of great deals that he's going to give away here on the show. Plus, we have a phenomenal Calstar giveaway, too. So you stay tuned. This is Southern California's Sport Fishing Voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, Facebook Live, and 97.3 The Fan. It's truck month at your local San Diego County Ford dealers. The biggest deals of the year on Ford trucks are happening now. From Pro Power Onboard to Blue Cruise Tech and the Ford Security Package, Ford's award-winning truck lineup is built with the power and utility to help you take on whatever life throws your way. From F-Series, America's best-selling truck, to the Ford Maverick and the Ford Ranger, built to take you everywhere from work to play. Check out the entire lineup of Ford trucks and take a test drive today. Go to your local San Diego County Ford dealers today.
Get ready for the most exciting sports show of the year, the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Tackle, Boat, and Travel Show, presented by Geico. Now 2 great dates and locations. First, the giant 16th Annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, March 5th through the 8th at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa. Then, the first annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, San Diego, March 19th to the 22nd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Check out hundreds of sport fishing exhibitors, manufacturers, tackle dealers, fishing boats, and fishing resorts, taking up the huge fairgrounds at both locations, plus fantastic seminars and free kids trout pond. Seminars featuring some of the top names in the industry, from catching giant bluefin, swordfish, calico bass, freshwater bass, trout, and more. Take advantage of incredible show specials from major tackle retailers and boat dealers. Talk to the top fishing travel destinations. Thursday, March 5th to Sunday, March 8th at the Orange County Fairgrounds in Costa Mesa, and in San Diego, March 19th to the 22nd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Presented by Geico. Check sportfishingfestival.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Today's the day, man. Finally got Doug in here. The show's around the corner. It's game time.
Showtime this Thursday through Sunday at the Costa Mesa Orange County Fairgrounds. And are you ready, Doug?
Everybody's been asking us that question for like the last, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. And I said, well, we're going to be ready.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first time I can say we are actually ready. The truck is packed. Every inventory item is defined. Every price is defined. We have a booth layout. We have our crew defined, and we are ready to go. I'm sure everybody's been looking at the weather coming up for the show.
Oh my God.
It's going to be 70 to 72 degrees, sunny, beautiful weather. Just everything is laid out to be such a great show. And I think, it's just a known fact now that this show is well produced. It is 95% fishing and 95% saltwater fishing, so it aligns perfectly with what we do. And it's Orange County is kind of right in the middle of everything. You've got San Diego to the south, LA County to the north. People come from out of the area, the Bay Area, Sacramento, Las Vegas, Arizona. So I just think this is going to be a fantastic show. That show has been percolating under the surface for more than a decade now, but it really has come into its own. It just finally surfaced as being such a viable show, especially for the type of operation that we run with, the saltwater boats, the tackle store. And then, of course, a lot of people come for, various reasons, but buying tackle pre-season. We've got all the new stuff that's coming out for 2006. We've got, discounts that we're giving, but in addition to that the manufacturers are giving on top of that. So it's kind of a double dip on the discount front. So
whoa, now you have a whole list of stuff. Can you give us a little teaser to start with?
Well, so our booth is basically a well-rounded booth that has every category. So we have the top brands of rods, reels, jigs. I mean, we have got some jigs this year that are
all saltwater fishing.
Yes,
That's what we do.
that's what we do, by the way.
Yeah.
I know that you like to fish a little tap water, but
Yeah, it's all saltwater. I'm all good with that.
and then tackle bags, kill bags. If I just go down the list, we have if you wanted to come into the show and outfit yourself for your season, whether you're going to be fishing long range, private, going down to Baja, whatever your game is. And we've got the whole crew. We've got the A+ crew in the booth. So everybody that you guys see all year long, you get to see them all in one place. And they're so fired up at the show. So it's just going to be a great atmosphere. And
you're going to be in the same spot.
Yeah, we're in the same spot. We're in the Los Alamitos building, which
right as you enter the building.
When you come in from the parking lot and it's a horseshoe, we are the first building on the right. It's just
you're the first nail in the horseshoe.
Exactly.
That's a good call, Pete.
And maybe it's not that good to have the best right there at the first, because then the rest of it, goes downhill from there.
Yeah. So now wait a minute. Now you kind of dodged my question there. It's like, give me one deal. Just give me one deal that's going to happen.
Well, one thing that we're super proud of and super excited with, and I think a lot of people saw on social media, that we went up to Calstar, the whole crew, and we got a tour of the factory, which was amazing. The brand new building and some of the techniques that he's put in there that he brought over from the aerospace industry. But our crew has been working really for months on rod actions that we would like to see in their lineup specifically for our customers. And so we've designed, I want to say there are about 15 rods. One of them would be the 875 series, and that series only started with one rod, the 875H. Well, then they went up to an XH and a double XH. Well, we've gone down to a medium and a medium light. So that's 7.5, huh?
Medium heavy.
Medium heavy, yeah. So medium and medium heavy. And that completes kind of the series of 7.5 foot graphiters that are, if you had that series, you could basically do 90% of saltwater fishing that we do. And of course, everything is going to be heavily discounted. And then Calstar is giving away, for any rod purchase, they're going to give you one of their nice Calstar hoodies. We have an insane number of blanks this year. We've been building that back up to where we've got some things, again, that are just Fisherman's Landing only actions. And then they've come out with these two-tone rods, which is, you can see the e-glass in the tip and the graphite in the butt section. And first of all, that creates an action where you've got that little spongier tip, but a lot of lifting power with the graphite. But they just look cool. They're so
they
cool.
Just look really cool.
And so a lot of those are your jig sticks. And I was lucky enough to get one of those during the summer, and I made the coolest custom rod out of it. I mean, there's so many possibilities of things you can do with your custom rod wraps on those blanks. So
yeah. So speaking of Calstar, Chris, he's on the Royal Star right now.
Right, yeah.
They're completing their trip down there, and it's just absolutely slaying the tuna, having a fantastic time. Chris and John have most generously donated a fantastic prize. And I'd like you to read that scenario that Chris kind of laid out there for us, Ricky, and because you've been in contact with him, you picked up the rod, and while you read that, I'm going to display the rod here that we're giving away.
So I'll read exactly as, like you said, as Chris presented, and then tell you our thoughts, because this is a very, very special prize to get to give away on Let's Talk Hookup today. It says Calstar's presented the show with one of our brand new series of rods for the show giveaway. This is an GF HR 84-H. That's a brand new series designation for Calstar. Chris has done this a couple of times when something brand new comes out. This is kind of the release. It's what we call a hybrid jigging / rail rod. It has a softer jigging tip section with a very robust bottom section. It's about 35 to 38% lighter than a rail rod. You can see there's brand new high performance Fuji MC guides. This is a brand new guide. Will likely be the first time you've ever seen it from Fuji. This is the slim. It's going to have a brand new slim aluminum reel seat and a slimmed hypalon. All this combines to make a brand new blank series for a lighter weight power. It's rail rodable, but not like a traditional, like a traditional true rail rod. But it has an amazingly impressive performance. We have both an 84H and an 84XH with us on the Royal Star right now. In the past 13 days, we've had incredible yellowfin tuna action on 90 to 130 pound fish. We've caught well over 10 fish on each of these two rods, including crew members who did their best to try to max it out, only to receive fantastic feedback. Bad. Let's just say that's exactly it. Badass was the most common descriptor from everybody. Should be a great addition for the anglers looking to present 80 to 250 gram jigs on 80 to 100 pound line, but then still use the same outfit for their daytime jig, sinker, or fly line bait fishing. We're going to introduce it at the PCS show, but one lucky listener or caller is going to win the first one. We don't have these yet. Nobody has those yet. They're going to be.
They're going to introduce them at the PCS.
Yeah, somebody's going to get to go.
So it's going to be from all the callers and texters today, and all the callers to texters to tomorrow with Bill and Mike from PCS.
That's awesome.
And then we're going to draw one from there, and you're going to walk away. Pick it up at Fisherman's Landing Tackle. You're going to walk away with this beautiful rod, and it's super cool. I mean, feel that tip. You felt that tip. It's for a big rail rod. It's light.
I want to say something about this rod. When we went up to Calstar, that was the first time they had basically one rod, and they wanted to show us and kind of tell us the theory behind it. And I've pulled on a lot of rods, as we all have in the shop over the years, and so he pulled so hard, and that rod does not hurt you like a rail rod would. So you've got the foregrip, that's reinforced so that you can lay it on the rail without damaging the foregrip.
This stuff right here.
But
what do you call that stuff?
That's shrink tube.
It's shrink that kind of protects the hypalon.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
But that rod does not hurt you, and I don't know how you get a heavy rod that you can catch 200-pound tuna with that doesn't hurt you, because they all do. I mean, we've all pulled on them, but I was kind of blown away and flabbergasted that that thing does not put pressure on the angler, but yet puts an enormous amount of pressure on the fish.
Yeah, for sure. Now, one thing I want to mention, and Chris and John at Calstar are so generous and been so generous with us and our listeners too. But if you buy a Calstar at PCS, you get a sweatshirt, sun shirt, or t-shirt. Plus, Calstar donates $20 to CCA and Rollo Kids. $10 each per rod goes to CCA and Rollo Kids. And then all the swag that they sell, because they're going to have t-shirts and hats and stuff in their booth to sell, all of that, 100% is donated to CCA and Rollo Kids.
Yep.
50% each. How about that?
That's so rad. Yeah. So you buy a rod, $10 going to CCA, $10 going to Rollo.
Yeah.
Every rod, every blank.
Pretty impressive.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
And he didn't need to do that.
No, he didn't need to.
I love it.
They're good people.
But he's a team player within our industry. There's unfortunately, manufacturers out there that don't participate in our industry, and these guys do. I mean, as evidenced by giving a $500, $600 rod for the raffle. I mean, this show supports our industry. He's supporting the show. I mean, he's a team player.
Yeah. But in addition to that, we're going to give away 2 tickets to your choice of the PCS Costa Mesa or the PCS Del Mar, which of course Del Mar Fairgrounds is next week is of course the PCS Costa Mesa and then the Del Mar Fairgrounds 19th through 22 of March.
The thing that makes me so excited about this rod is exactly what Doug was saying with Calstar. They set out to build a jigging rod, which they did. This is not that. They are going to have 3 dedicated jigging rods that were built for our, what has become a very popular segment of our fishing, that offshore nighttime bluefin jigging.
Yep.
And they spent a tremendous amount of time and money building prototypes. When we were there for our meeting, I believe they were at version number
41 or something.
Yeah. To get
41.
to get them perfect.
Wow.
This came about in the technology that they learned and implemented in building those jigging rods. They saw a bridge between what we all like to fish in a traditional rail rod blended with that jigging rod. So this is this is what exactly it is. It's a hybrid. It's separate from their jigging series. It is so sick.
Yeah.
Like, it's so lightweight. You just couldn't believe that you can pull on a big fish.
It's unbelievable
Yeah.
how much lighter it is than any rail rod.
Yeah.
And Chris sent us a bunch of photos from that Royal Star trip
Yeah.
you're talking about right now. I'll try to get those on our
Pretty cool.
Instagram. And they might be already.
I think Wayne might have put it up. Yeah.
It's just awesome. So very cool opportunity for one lucky caller or texter at the end of tomorrow's show. So exactly as Pete said, how it's going to work. All your questions, as always. This show is filled with them because of having the tackle guru Doug in here. We will pull one potential caller, one potential texter from the end of the show, and you will go into the running for tomorrow. We'll do the same thing, and then of those two, we'll flip the prize coin, and that will be the winner of a brand new GFHR, the Graphiter Hybrid Rod 84H.
Yeah.
How cool is
Yeah,
that?
for sure. Well, Doug, the phones are already packed, but keep trying. Kyle's standing by at the fan. This first hour, we'll be taking calls 833-288-0973. Doug, one more. Come on, give us something else that people are just going to be banging the doors down at Fisherman's Landing Tackle.
There's all these big ones that we talk about. The rods are going to be heavily discounted. The reels are going to be discounted. By any Shimano reel, you're going to get free Spectra.
Really?
But we've got a lot of unbelievable jig things going on, and again, we came up with some colors that are exclusive to Fisherman's Landing, and these West Coast jiggers that we've got in. Everybody's familiar with the HD, which is the little bit shorter football shaped jig that gets down real quick. It's kind of an in between from a knife jig and a tungsten style jig, and we've got two colors. And the one that I'm the most excited about, those guys make such fantastic finishes, and it's got the red head, the purple body, and it's got the glow dots, and so it's very appropriately named the Deep Purple.
Deep Purple,
because that thing's going to go deep quick. They're available in a 350 and a 420 size. The 350 has always been available, but that 420 is a brand new size, and we have them in stock in our packed boxes in our truck. So those are going to be pretty cool. And
truck
then
must weigh a lot.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Dude.
We usually pack these milk crates with all of our jigs, and we can only go like 2 layers deep of,
I believe
of these and the tungstens. We've got sizes of tungstens now that, are going heavier. The 300 was kind of our flagship jig all year last year. We have 350s now.
Wow.
And so that just gives
So what you're saying is all that stuff's on sale?
It's all, ridiculously on sale.
You have to come to the booth to find out.
We should not be giving discounts on those tungsten jigs because they're very difficult to come by. We started working on this months ago, and that 350 is, I think, going to be the kind of the showstopper for our booth. Last year it was the 300. Nobody had really gotten their hands on a 300. Now that's becoming a little bit more common. Still tough to get, but that 350 is going to be a great size jig. Everybody knows you get in those nighttime bites, and if there's current or wind, you got to get something that'll go down and cut through all that. And a lot of times the first guy down wins. Maybe there's a 2 or 3 fish stop, and the same guys are catching them. And that tungsten jig, that's going to be an A+.
So I'm very cautious in saying this about tungsten this year because I'm always fearful of sounding like a salesman. That's what I do. I still sell fishing tackle for a living. So take it with whatever grain of salt. But I think it's going to be very important for people to buy their tungsten jigs, especially the heavy one like Doug's talking about now at the show, because a unique thing happened. What I assumed at the end of last year was every manufacturer was going to flood us with heavy tungsten jig. It was the single most popular thing last year. It was the hot ticket. Like Doug said, if you had that and somebody else had the slightly lighter, slightly bigger jig, they didn't get bid as good as you did. Well, we knew everybody was going to recognize that, and there's going to be a lot of heavy tungsten. What happened, though, is all that crazy, like, tariff, cost of material, shipping things happened, and it became more expensive than people were willing to make the risk of. So there is some of it that all came, but then the cost of making it, again, all of a sudden, we don't know if we're going to be able to continue this. We don't know if it's going to be viable, so we're not going to do it and play it safe. There is going to be a shortage of that big tungsten for this year coming up. We have it now. It is not... I could be wrong, and that's why I fear saying
it might not be.
I don't want to sound like the salesman. So you better buy it now, or you won't get it. But I have a legitimate. I mean, that's no salesman BS. Like, I really think that it's going to be very hard to get during the season, and it is here now. I think it's a very important thing to get at the show.
It's on sale at the Fisherman's Island.
And I can tell you this: we locked in our price before a lot of this stuff happened. And we're going to be able to offer those jigs under $100.
Woo!
And I can tell you there's a couple others out there, including the one that we get. Some of these jigs are going to be $150 to $200, which is going to pretty much be, it's going to price most people out of the market. $200 for a jig, $179, whatever it is. So I mean, that's a good point that you make. And then we talk about, like, tungsten's the only thing you can catch a fish on. We all ran over to that side of the aisle too. But then we started getting comments from the boats that when it's a nice calm night, there's no current, you're almost better using a traditional knife jig because it goes down a little slower and it'll stay in the bite zone a little longer. So, I mean,
stock up on those too.
Well, all the methods still work. We thought, the only thing you can catch a fish on is a 300 tungsten.
Yeah.
But you really should have a variety. That's fishing in general. I don't care if it's, freshwater bass fishing, if it's yellowtail fishing, a variety. You want to have your live bait stuff. You want to be able to drop a sinker rig down. You want to be able to drop down these HDs, which are not technically a tungsten. You want a tungsten. You want a knife jig. You should have a variety and be keeping up on what the trend is at that moment. And listen to your crew members. My goodness, those guys are out there every night. And if they tell you, we're not seeing any current or wind, and you want something that goes down through the water column a little slower, put something on that goes down slower.
There you go. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for today and a great giveaway too.
We don't get lucky enough to have somebody that knows more about fishing tackle than the guy that's sitting across from us, and that's Doug Kern. And if you got your questions, man, today we've got your answers. It's going to be a very fun show. Lots of great information. We're going to be talking PCS show and all kinds of fun coming your way. You stay tuned. If you want to join us this morning, give us a call at 833-288-0973. We are standing by at the Fan this morning to take your calls. 833-288-0973. As always, you can send us a text. Text the show. So popular now. So many great texts already coming through. Questions for Doug. If you want to send us a text, the only way to do that is through the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free download. It's the easiest way to listen to all your Let's Talk Hookup. Anytime you want it, when you're driving home from work, just fire off the app and you can hear all these great tackle tidbits that Doug's going to be giving us throughout the show. And maybe you can hear about some of the great deals that he's going to be offering at the PCS show. When you do, make sure you include your contact info. Just a name and a phone number along with your text is all we need in case you win that amazing rod that we were talking about. Somebody at the end of the culmination of today and tomorrow's show is going to win that brand new Graphiter hybrid rail rod. Unbelievably when we say it's state of the art, it is beyond that. It's very, very cool opportunity.
Great people at Calstar, and 2 tickets to either the PCS Costa Mesa or the Del Mar show.
It's your choice. When we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup. We're going to be taking your phone calls. Lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It is Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
It may be winter in Southern California, but those of us who live here know it's a great time of year to go fishing, and certainly not time to put your gear away. This is Ben, and you will see me at my dad's shop, Dana Landing in Mission Bay, the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Food, bait, tackle, beverages, and more. This is the ideal time for bay bass fishing, and I get the inside scoop from Johnny. Heck, he will even rent you one of our killer blue skiffs. This is also a good time to go work on your reels, and Doug is the man for that job. If big largemouth bass are your bag, nothing beats East County Bait and Tackle. They have all the right stuff and live bait for a perfect day on the lake. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle is super cool too for both freshwater and saltwater tackle. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview and Lakeside. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle is on Broadway in Lemon Grove, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay. Check danalanding.com for more details.
Hey anglers, AFCO Pro Captain Ben Florentino of Coastal Charters here. As a full-time guide, I'm on the water all year long. It's my livelihood. Having the right clothing is of the utmost importance to staying warm, dry, cool, and comfortable to endure whatever the Pacific wants to throw at me. Thankfully, I'm equipped with AFCO clothing to keep me dialed season after season. Do yourself a favor and check out AFCO's award-winning gear at a dealer near you, or learn more at AFCO.com.
The state-of-the-art long-range sport fishing vessel, the Independence, delivers the top quality, comfort, and fishability you look for in a long-range boat. Veteran captains Mark Bizzano and Paul Strasser built this incredible 112-foot vessel with the most modern technology and luxurious comfort available. Once you go on the Independence, you'll be back. Call Independence Sports Fishing at 619-226-6006 or check independencesportfishing.com.
I've had the opportunity to fish many places in many different types of water, but never have I fished a place as much fun as Katmai Lodge in Alaska. Hello, my name is Harold Davis, typically fishing in the ocean, but this is an experience that you have to try for yourself. Fish natural rivers with tens of thousands of fish coming up. And they have all the gear: spinning, bait casting, fly rods, kings, silvers, pinks, sockeyes, and my favorite, the chums. Outstanding food, outstanding accommodations, great service. The lodge is located in the beautiful Katmai National Park, filled with amazing wildlife. Brown bears, moose, eagles, otters, and it has spectacular scenery. And also the fact that the lodge is located right on the Alagnak River and your boat is just steps away from your room makes it great. Do yourself a favor. Call Charmel at 1-800-330-0326 or go online, katmai.com. And like Pete says, they will hook you up.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. We got a little bonus guest in here this morning. We're talking shows, talking fishing, talking fun. And speaking of fun and fishing, we got Scott Sherbin.
Sure.
Talking a little fishing today.
Morning, guys. Morning, guys.
Yeah, let me get your mic up there. There you go. Now we got you.
Got it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So you're here to promote the what annual is it?
Forever
annual?
56th annual Southwestern Yacht Club Bottom Fishing Tournament.
Which is like one of the events of the year.
It's I think, I'm a little biased, but I think it's the most fun tournament of the year. I mean, you go in different tournaments and guys get serious and get involved in it, but this is a good, fun tournament, and all the money raised goes to support Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea.
That's what's cool. And you guys, 100% of the money goes to Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea.
Yep.
And so it's the day before Day at the Docks. It's Saturday, April 18th. How does it work?
It's super easy. You can go online, sign up. It's $75 for early bird registration per person. After April 3rd, it's $100. You can go to any of your tackle shops, hit the QR code and get to the site, or you can go to SWYCanglers.org.
SWYCanglers.org.
And it is the easiest thing to go. It's all online. You find the tournament, you click on it, rules, a little bio about Captain Rollo,
That's
a little thing about the tournament, how it started. And what we do is we get there in the morning. It's a 6:30 shotgun start. You take off, you fish anywhere you can fish, and get back to the dock by 3:30.
Nice.
Then we have our weigh-in, and then that's where the real fun starts to happen, is after the weigh-in. I mean, it's a great day of fishing and a lot of fun, but the event afterwards is the event of the year, like you said. I mean, we get together, we take the fish we caught that day. So don't expect to take home your 5 biggest fish that you catch, because all of those fish go to the kitchen and we make fresh fish taco dinner right there on the spot with the stuff. It doesn't get any fresher.
Lots of fillet masters and stuff like that.
Yep. And then we go into the raffles and the auctions and the having fun and having dinner. And
super good. And it's beautiful setting there, right there at Southwestern Yacht Club.
Right on the water.
And here's the deal. Everybody is invited.
Yeah, you don't even have to fish in the
tournament.
Doug
Kern?
Well,
even me?
Well, yeah. You guys might have to fish to be allowed.
Ricky has fished in that before.
But you can literally come to the raffle and the auction and to the dinner and support Friends of Rollo, Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea. You don't have to fish. You can go on and sign up for dinner only.
Last year, you raised a bunch of money to take a lot of kids fishing, and this year we hope even more.
Yeah, we're looking to do more this year. Last year we did 25,000, which
it's good for you guys.
And Doug and I are both on the board of directors, as well as you on the Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea, and that's a big number. That's a great number, and this money isn't easy to come by.
Yeah, and it's getting tougher and tougher to come by. So 25,000 is a good shot.
Takes a lot of kids fishing.
It sure does. And
Yeah.
that's the important part about this, because Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea is such a volunteer driven organization. It
Right.
doesn't have a lot of overhead, and all that money that we raise goes right back into getting kids on the water. And that's
pretty cool.
That's what it's
That's
all
what
about.
it's all
at the end of
about,
the
for
day.
sure.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to get in, how do we do it?
Easiest way, go to swycanglers.org. Click on that. You can go right to the tournament. Click on that. Everything you could possibly need, sign up, and everything is right there on the site. If you happen to be over at Fisherman's Landing or at Dana or Squidco or Angler's Choice, they'll all have these banners with the QR code. Just scan it. It takes you right to the site
we
and the
can help
registration form.
anybody that needs help. Just come into one of the shops and
And we'll have this in our booth at the PCS show. And I know
Yep.
there won't be one at the Raleigh. You could scan that QR code
Yep.
if you're so inclined to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And there,
Or you just go to right to the website.
Yep.
And how much is it?
if you sign up before April 3rd, it's $75 a person. After that, it's $100 a person. There's cash awards. The biggest lingcod gets a custom rod that we get built every year.
Nice.
And then there's also a $100 jackpot per boat that you can get into to raise the stakes a little bit and try and make a little more money. Full disclosure, 25% of that jackpot goes to Captain Rollo's Kids.
Sweet.
So
Yeah,
That's
great.
so
you,
cool.
you get
You guys don't take any of it.
no, it's a,
It all goes to the
all
charity.
goes directly to the charity.
Yeah.
And that-
And how many boats you expect?
it's bottom fishing. It depends on the weather.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
does.
The tournament's probably had 100. It's probably had 10.
Yeah, and there's so much good stuff to get into at the event. Like last year, because of weather issues, we were down in boats a little bit from the year before.
But there were a lot of people at the event.
There was a ton of people at the
Yeah.
event, and we actually raised more money than the year before, even
That's
with
sweet.
lesser boats. But it's a great time. There's also small fry and kids divisions, and if you really want your kid to win something, get into the tournament, put them out there on a rockfish, have them come in, weigh it in. They're usually probably going to win something.
I love it, man. It's so cool.
Well, hey, we have Marcos from C4 Sport Fishing is standing by to give us a report.
All right. And today that report is sponsored in part by Summit Gasoline at the San Diego Sports Arena. It is the place to fill up your car, your truck, or your boat with the lowest in gas and diesel prices. Do you know that Summit also is the place to get the lowest prices on ice and snacks for your fishing trip? Over 40 snacks, all for just 89 cents, as well as sandwiches, frozen bait too. Ice is nearly half the price of the other places at only $3.99 for a 25-pound bag. You also get 100 pounds of ice for free with a 35-gallon fill at the best car wash in town at only $6. Summit Gasoline. It's free ice for our Let's Talk Hookup listeners, and always the lowest prices at the San Diego Sports Arena. We got him. Marcos from C4 Sport Fishing is standing by. Good morning, Marcos.
Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing?
Excellent.
Loving the summertime weather. I'm sure it's good fishing over at
All right.
Seaforth.
So just a quick, this is Marcus talking, not C4 Sport Fishing. I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but I love going over to Summit Gasoline. Leaving work, going over there, getting gas for heading home. It's so nice. Take the cash down there. Get
It's really good people.
I'm going to endorse them. Yeah, I like
Good call, Marcos.
I hope they're listening, But we've had some good fishing here. Like I said, this has been probably one of the most consistent fishing we've had in a winter since I've been working here. And I've been working here since 97, 98. Geez. Dating myself there a bit. Yeah, we've been fishing straight through. I don't think we ever really stopped barring. We had a little bit of weather with that rain there where we took a week off. But with that heat inland, people coming down, going fishing. It slowed down a little bit. We're not seeing all that bonito we saw there, but it's still been great fishing with the little bit of bonito, some bass, bottom fishing there, the whitefish, the stuff we can catch. And, you want to escape that 80, 90 degree weather in February, go on the boat and go fishing,
Totally.
Like we talked about before. It's better than the 20 degree snowed in, can't do anything weather. That's all the rest of the country's saying.
Yeah.
So we'll take it. And definitely check the schedule. Like the some changes this week here. The new Seaforth's actually doing a boat. They have a boat or a bird festival that comes through every year, and they're taking bird fishing. The Sea Watch is selling on the half days there. But if you look at the schedule, the Sea Watch is going to be running local 3/4 days, so 7 to 4 trips, Tuesdays and Thursdays in March here. New Seaforth will be back to their half days, and I believe it's starting the 16th. They'll be back to the 2-a-days. So things changing here. And the big one, next Saturday, a week from today, the San Diego is back on their Coronado Island trips. They're going to be back online running there, and I know a lot of people have been waiting for that. So lots of options. Like I said, we going through February, just coming into March, we're already going to be going, ramping up to full speed with the half days, the 7 to 4 3/4 days, those Coronado Islands trips. We still have those day and a halves on some of the weekends there when available. I think the Pacific Voyager has a 2-day trip coming up in the middle of March. So check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Got our full schedule up there for all of those guys. You can make your reservation online. Just call up the office, 619-224-3383. Like we say every year, if you put your gear away, kind of hung it up for the winter, now's the time to start getting ready. Don't wait till fishing's full speed and there's a wait list there. So get your gear out, get on the boat, and go fishing.
Marcos, the boys going to have a presence at the upcoming PCS show next week?
We will. I believe we're doing those and the local ones there. So Kirk will be up there. I'm sure some of the captains will be up there. Definitely stop by, say hi, go do those Friends of Rollo raffles there. I know we donated a bunch of half days there. I think Boog did a couple of full days for the Friends of Rollo guys. Or I'm sorry, it's not Friends of Rollo anymore. It's Rollo's Kids at Sea. Is that
either one, as long as you donate. Captain Rollo's Kids at Sea or Friends of Rollo.
Yeah. As long as you're ponying up, you can call it anything you want.
Yeah, there you go. You not only get a trip on the Seaforth, you get my autograph. How's that?
Oh, even better, man. Even better. Well, great job, Marcos. Great to have you back. It's happening at C4 Sport Fishing, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
We'll talk to you then, guys.
All right. Thanks very much.
Also, I was going to say, I know, I think a big congrats goes out to Max on that Pacific Voyager they were talking about. I know they have a bluefin on board, and I believe it's the first of like a short range trip of the season right now. So
right now,
yeah. Obviously our long range fleet has had incredible bluefin fishing. So it blurs the line when it used to be, the first tuna of the year. Well, the long range guys caught them on, December 31st, and then again on January 1st. So how do you say when the first one is? But I know the Pacific Voyager, I believe, is on a 2-day right now and has a nice bluefin on board. So, and I believe that's the first of the kind of local short range trip. So
sweet.
Yeah, it's just awesome that you look outside, it's summer. I mean, it's
flat calm out.
Yeah, go out to Lakeside. The boys were swimming in the pool all day yesterday. Yeah. It is summertime out right now, and the fishing is really starting to react that same way.
Take that fish over to Fisherman's Processing, where you get the premier processing experience. Check out the new easier online system to book your processing and your long range trips or your local trips. For more team members, Fisherman's Processing always stays far ahead of the rest. Same day capacity is way beyond everybody else, and the best in customer service. Stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check fishermansprocessing.com. Don't forget to make your reservations. The phones are packed. Let's jump into it while we can.
John in San Diego is up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Hi, John. Good morning.
Good morning. Question for Doug. With this great weather we've been having this past week, what's your yellowtail tree saying?
Yeah, don't think I haven't been looking. Nothing yet, but I've seen it pop in late February before, and we live and die by the weather, and I've been looking forward here because of the show and just general curiosity, and it just looks like the next 10 days, high pressure, 70+ degrees, sunny, and it's not every year, but I would say a high percentage of years between the first show and the second show, that week kind of the 15th, is a lot of times when the first yellowtail are starting to be caught. I know that there was a private boater that had 4 yellowtail about 4 or 5 days ago at the Coronados. So, and also down the coast, we have coastal yellowtail, down at San Quintin and that direction. So, we would love to see those yellowtail on the coast rather than, off under patties and outside where they're harder to come by this time of year. So, nothing yet, but believe me, I'll report as it starts to bloom.
For sure. Hey, thanks a lot for the call. Let's jump back in the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. This time we're going to talk to Alex, and Alex is calling from San Carlos this morning. Alex, thanks for joining us.
Morning, Alex. You there?
Hey, sorry, you guys got me?
Yeah, now we got you loud and clear.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Hey, good morning, guys. I was just calling. I was trying to see. I'm still looking for this Shimano Talica A in the 8 and 10 size. You know if they're going to be bringing that out this year? Are you guys able to let the cat out of the bag at all?
I mean, there's no cat really to be let out of the bag. I mean, it's only a matter of time before that's going to happen. And A lot of times they'll introduce new products like that at the iCast show. They've got some of the technology, but they've got to get all their tooling and machining, and then they've got to do a lot of field testing to make sure that they bring you a product that's not going to fail. There's nothing yet official, or even in my mind unofficial. It's been talked about. Oh yeah, it's going to be coming out at some point. But
well, here's one good thing: is you can go to the PCS show, go right up to the new president of Shimano, Jason, and also the outgoing president, Dave Pfeiffer. They'll both be there along with Cade, who was on the show last week, who's one of the marketing directors at Shimano, and all the chiefs are going to be at the PCS show at Shimano. And I just go up and flat ask them, what do you think?
I would think that they'll dodge it the same way they classically dodge everyone. But if you look at the pattern, the 12 and 16 got released at iCast. The following year, the 20 and the 25 got released at iCast. The following year to that, the 50 and the new 40 got released at iCast. There's nothing left but those ones. I would say one could probably see a pattern develop.
Do you think that they're really going to bring out the 8 and the A size?
I do.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, because it's the same size. It's just a matter of a narrower spool.
You could say the same thing about all those reels. They were all killer.
Upgraded technologies, and configurations.
Yeah, well, I would thought for sure the 10, because the 10 is like one of the most popular.
But the 10 and the 8 is the exact same reel. So if they make an internal part for a 10, it's also the same. The only thing different is the frame and the spool.
Yeah, gotcha. All right. Thanks a lot for the call. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I had a fun text come through. Hey, guys, what a great show already. I'm looking for your recommendation on a rod and reel combo for casting to larger bluefin from a sport boat. I'm trying to find the perfect balance of rod tip to cast 1.5 ounce and smaller lures, but the strength and 2-speed reel to land 100-plus pound tuna. Do I just need to build the confidence to go straight braid on a conventional reel, or is it time for spinning? That's from Tim and Tarzana.
Yep. There's obviously various rods and reels that would do the job. But if you're talking about, up to 100 pounds and you're talking surface daytime bluefin, I think something like an 875H might be a good choice. That it gives you a little extra length to be able to do the casting, but it's got a lot of backbone for fighting the fish, and even an XH. To cast the surface type dart style jigs, a current sniper, that type of thing, you probably want to go, ideally, if you could cast a Tranx 500, that's going to be the best reel to get yourself attached. But once you're attached, you'd probably rather have a Talica 12. And I would say going straight braid, you can put a piece of fluorocarbon on there. Probably like 80 max quattro. You don't need the multicolored line for that daytime fishing, casting jigs on the surface, or even, dropping jigs down into that 1 to 200 foot range. That multicolor is more of a nighttime thing. But any 7 to 8 foot rod that has enough backbone, traditional, if you use the ratings, something that would fish 50 or 60, but really you're going to do 65, 80. For the Spectra, and then just put a good leader on there of maybe 100 or even 130 pound fluorocarbon, just so that the abrasion doesn't cut you off during the fight.
I'll throw one more real quick piece at it. One of our favorite casting rods for tuna is a 6480. It's a model that Calstar makes. It's a GG version. And along that thing that Doug was talking about, fun show stuff, we went to the drawing board to Calstar to develop a kind of what you're asking for, a long rod for casting lures in a custom configuration. So Calstar basically made for us at the show a fisherman's landing tackle version. My favorite of those casting rods is that 6480, but they made us a 6480 in an 8.5 foot version as opposed to a standard 8. And it's going to come with a different handle configuration on it, kind of with a Tranx, like you were talking about, in mind, a reel seat, a different grip, a different handle, like a very cool custom-y version of what was our favorite. I would take a pretty serious look at that.
And that's
thing.
going to be wrapped in the Fisherman's Landing blue Calstar colors.
So sweet.
Yeah, it'll be a pretty slick one.
Be a cool rod.
Hey, when we come back, we got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls and a whole lot more great info with Doug. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
Adding a fish finder to my fishing kayak completely changed the way I fish. I'm Logan from Fastlane Kayaks, and I've been fishing from a Hobie kayak for over 4 years now. For about half that time, I was fishing without a fish finder. And trust me, it's called fishing blind for a reason. But don't just take my word for it. Here at Fastlane Kayaks, we've been installing and using fish finders on Hobie kayaks for over 25 years. Over all that time, we've done our fair share of trial and error to find the best mounts and methods for rigging a kayak. So instead of trying to learn 25 years of experience through endless YouTube videos, just drop your kayak off at Fastlane. Every Fastlane install is clean, user-friendly, and built to last in real saltwater conditions. One way we do that is by housing all the fuses and electrical connections inside a small waterproof case. Keeps everything protected, organized, and easy to access. Whether you're looking to add a fish finder, install a motor, or upgrade into a brand new fishing kayak, come by Fastlane Sailing and Kayaking in Mission Bay or give us a call at 619-222-0766.
For your next fishing adventure, check Point Loma Sport Fishing. They offer half-day and full-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit PointLomaSportFishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627. Want to go fishing? Point Loma Sport Fishing has you covered.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's Calstar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all Calstar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new Calstar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's Calstar at Fine Tackle Dealer.
Experience the magic of Haida Gwaii Islands, British Columbia, Canada, at Haida Gwaii Safaris, formerly Queen Charlotte Safaris. Hi, I'm Valerie Hopridge. 25 years ago, I fell in love with these incredible islands, breathtaking scenery and wildlife, warm community, and truly phenomenal fishing. That passion inspired me to open my own fishing lodge. Just steps away from the Sandspit Harbor at Haida Gwaii Safaris, you will be fishing pristine, unpressured waters for Chinook salmon, halibut, giant lingcod, and more. Plus, be surrounded by untouched beauty and wildlife. All of us at Haida Gwaii Safaris have exciting news. We now have our own charter flight to and from Sandspit out of Vancouver, making your trip easier than ever. We pride ourselves on creating unforgettable adventures that turn the first-time guests into longtime friends. You will come for the fishing and you'll come back for the memories. We are booking now. Please call 1-877-815-2892 or visit us at qcsafaris.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Haida Gwaii Safaris, where unforgettable memories are made one catch at a time.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. It has been an incredibly busy show already, but if you want to get a shot to get through, we want to hear from you. Ed, give us a call at 833-288-0973 or keep those texts rolling on the Let's Talk Hookup app.
Yeah, giving away that beautiful Calstar rod, the first of its kind
So
here.
rad.
That'll be at the PCS show in the Calstar booth and be able to get it at Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Let's talk about great fishing. It's always biting at Point Loma Seafoods, right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma.
You don't need to tell us.
Boy, I'll tell you, I went down there last week. Valerie was over for dinner last week, and we went down and had some of that Gulf grouper that they have in the case.
Wow.
Oh, man. That was just sensational.
Yeah.
And they have, that's the thing about Point Loma Seafood. They have the full array of the freshest thing in town that's available. And that's if you want to take it home, but if you want to have lunch or dinner there, right? You guys,
it's so easy to say, but we all have traveled around to different parts of the country. I always go into the fish markets, and I don't know how they do it, but their fish definitely looks fresher and more pristine than anything you're going to see. And I don't know how they do it. It's absolutely
because they buy it every day.
The most
at the
beautiful
market.
product.
Yeah. No, they just know what they're doing. The Christian family has just been doing it for so many years.
Yep.
They just know how to do it. And the best sushi around, too. If you want to get great sushi, they have great sushi.
They do.
Oh,
That's kind of a fairly newer ad.
No, they've had
in
it
the last
for
decade. No, but it wasn't something they
Yeah.
had back in the day.
Yeah, but they have a great sushi chef there.
Yes.
And of course, lunch, dinner. Point Loma Seafoods, freshest thing in town, right next to the San Diego landings in Point Loma. And phones are packed up, Rick. Let's jump into it.
Next up, we got John. He's calling us from Escondido this morning. John, good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Always a great show. So two questions. What reel would you put on that new Calstar rod? And then everybody knows that I love, and you guys are my favorite place to shop. So I get gift cards for Christmas.
Oh,
are my gift cards going to be good at the PCS show, or did I save them for Day at the Docks?
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the way to bring a gift card machine and have it operate properly at the show. So, you'll be down to the shop, and so just make use of those at, like you say, Day at the Docks, or just, when you come down for a trip, that kind of thing. As far as the reel that goes on that rod, it'll do multiple things. I mean, even surface iron fishing for yellowtail, throwing, current snipers for tuna.
Let me just kick it real quick. John, was your question about the new rod as the giveaway, or the new rod, the hybrid rail rod, or the new rod that we were just talking about, the bluefin casting, yellowtail casting?
No, the one that is on the Royal Star.
The 84H.
Okay.
Got it.
Jigging rod.
Roger.
So, I mean, that's going to be very similar to a rail rod. You could put your Talica 20 on there, some 100-pound multicolored Spectra, your heavy 200-pound leader, and drop your tungsten, your knife jig, that type of thing. Anything in that range, even a Talica 25, that's going to be pretty similar to your traditional rail rod type of fishing.
Cool. All right. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Some great texts, some great calls coming in. And Kyle's been standing by at the fan there. I have a great text here from Aaron in Santa Barbara. It's an interesting question. He says, when do the Fisherman's Landing rod wrappers begin wrapping for the show? Seems like they have a lot of work to do.
Yep. We have 3 absolutely brilliant rod builders, and we don't call them rod wrappers. A rod wrapper is a guy that can put thread on a blank. A rod builder is somebody that does...
He's an artist.
Well, they spline the blank properly so that you're getting the most pull, and that the rod doesn't twist in your hand when you're fighting a fish. They put the reel seat in the right place. They space the guides properly to stress the blank properly. But those rod builders are building rods for us year round. And Rick spearheads the designing of all of those custom rods. He does a fantastic job. To be honest, we've been doing this since 1981. And so we've developed, rods and techniques, and even the hardest part about a custom rod is, we'll design a custom rod for a guy, and it's pretty easy. Here's where we're going to put the reel seat. Here's how long your foregrip's going to be. And then you ask them, okay, what colors do we want? And then there's this dumbfounded look on their face. And that's the thing that's the hardest to pick out, because to pick the proper colors out, it does require a little bit of artistic ability. So we've even developed ways, like we don't usually put the lighter color on top and the darker colors on the bottom. It looks unfinished. So, we've just kind of evolved over, 45 years, let's say, so that we can build you a beautiful rod, but also extremely functional for your particular situation.
So the rods that you're going to have, the custom Calstar rods, those are all wrapped by Calstar.
Those are wrapped by Calstar. Yeah. And so, we designed a lot of those rods to our, taste and specifications. But our in-store rod builders, we build typically one of a kind, or we'll build a little set, and then we also, boats that are outfitting from square one, we'll build 30 rod sets, and again, specified for their needs. Maybe their storage locker is only 7 feet, so we've got to make them 6 feet or 6 feet 11 to fit in their lockers. Or some guys came from the sport boat world and have their yacht, and so maybe they want a couple of long rods. They are truly custom. They're not just, we're going to buy some rods to fish with. They're designed for your purpose.
Cool.
We had a fun project a while ago. Steve Lasley needed a rod that could cast a lure and catch a wahoo, but it had to travel in a certain spot of a plane, and it needed to be a one-piece rod to work the way he wanted, but it had to be 2-piece to fit. So we took a project on and turned a one-piece rod that he needed and made it into a 2-piece rod so it fit in the travel section. And still cast a lure, still catch a walleye, like stuff like that. Like there's been some really fun projects over the years to make some truly custom rods.
That's cool. Well, you have a great text, huh?
I thought so. It says, good morning, Doug and gang. I'm getting really excited about the show. My first 3-day trip is going to be on the 13th of March. I'm really excited after hearing that Max just drew first blood catching a bluefin tuna on the Pacific Voyager. It's great to hear about the new rods, the new reels and jigs, but I'm very interested in hearing about line. Doug, are there any new braid or fluorocarbon offerings, and will there be a deal at the PCS show? That's from DJ in San Diego.
Pretty much the fluorocarbon, we have stuck with the winners. We have had no problems over the years with Seagar, and we carry Yozuri as well. We also carry the Aft Coast Psycho. They will actually be selling their product in their booth this year and donating the money to the CCA. But I do recommend that line as well. As far as the braided lines, the problem now is there's a million braided lines, and you've got to make sure that you stick with the good ones. So I would just say Iser, Yozuri, the Prospect, Power Pro.
So yeah, we've run out of time in this hour. Of course, we were going to have a full hour for you. Stay tuned. This is Let's Talk Hookup. We're going to have a full hour for you on the YouTube, Facebook, and the Let's Talk Hookup app. We'll be back on the fan tomorrow. Thanks to Kyle. We'll see you on the other side here on YouTube, Facebook Live.
Get ready for the most exciting sports show of the year, the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Tackle, Boat, and Travel Show, presented by Geico. Now 2 great dates and locations. First, the giant 16th Annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, March 5th through the 8th at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa. Then, the first annual Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, San Diego, March 19th to the 22nd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Check out hundreds of sport fishing exhibitors, manufacturers, tackle dealers, fishing boats, and fishing resorts, taking up the huge fairgrounds at both locations, plus fantastic seminars and free kids trout pond. Seminars featuring some of the top names in the industry, from catching giant bluefin, swordfish, calico bass, freshwater bass, trout, and more. Take advantage of incredible show specials from major tackle retailers and boat dealers. Talk to the top fishing travel destinations. Thursday, March 5th to Sunday, March 8th at the Orange County Fairgrounds in Costa Mesa, and in San Diego, March 19th to the 22nd at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Presented by Geico. Check sportfishingfestival.com.
The PCS show is coming, and we will have our best booth ever. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Check us out in the wildly popular saltwater building at the PCS show in Costa Mesa. We will have exclusive products and promotions available only from us. Everything at the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth will be on sale, with a ton of high-quality saltwater products that no one else at the show will have. For saltwater tackle at the PCS show, your best stop is the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth. The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. All our open party trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
The lighter the bite and the cleaner the water means one thing. Need a thinner leader, more natural presentations. That's where Seagar Gold Label leader material shines. It's Seagar's thinnest leader material yet. That means it's even less visible underwater and creates more natural presentations for better catch rates on leader-shy fish. With exceptional knot and tensile strength, this advanced leader material is now available from 2-pound test for fishing trout in the Sierra to 80-pound test for big yellowfin in Guadalupe. Get Seagar Gold Label at your favorite tackle dealer or learn more at seagar.com.
Everyone has their go-to fishing spot. My spot is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. Rock Cod Rick here to say if you're looking for the ultimate Alaska experience and the best value in Alaska, it's Kingfisher Charters. Owner Seth Bone and his crew consistently deliver deluxe accommodations, the finest food, world-class fish processing, and top-of-the-line fishing experience. We've literally sent hundreds of our listeners to Kingfisher, and they all can't wait to go back. Most Alaska resorts make big promises, and they don't deliver, or they'll nickel and dime you to drive up the cost, but not Kingfisher. Everything is included. Your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, your gear. Literally all you need to bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. They also have the finest boats and charter captains in Sitka, all for the ultimate value. Take it from me. Book your trip to Kingfisher Charters and you'll thank me. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com. Introducing new Power Pro Max 8 microfilament braided fishing line. It's built for offshore anglers seeking smooth casting and control. Power Pro Max 8 features an 8-carrier Spectra HT construction that cuts through current with ease for precise vertical jigging with a 25% thinner diameter. Available in white and metered 4-color for trolling spread control and precise jigging depths. It's stronger, smoother, and thinner. Power Pro Max 8 is now available at your tackle retailer.
Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Pete Gray here along with Rock Cod Rick Mexa on another wonderful Southern California winter day here. It's going to be, 80 today, something like that.
Maybe at your house.
Yeah, Doug Kern. Oh, yeah, 90 at your house. Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle is here. We're having fun talking fishing here and talking PCS show. Pretty exciting. I want to mention, too, that speaking of PCS show, we'll have Mike and Bill right here in the world headquarters tomorrow to talk all about the PCS show tomorrow. So that's going to be super fun.
That's going to be a great show.
But super fun talking tackle here at the PCS show with Doug and giving away a phenomenal prize thanks to Chris and John at Calstar.
Phenomenal doesn't even describe it. We are giving away a rod that you literally can't have right now, and you're not going to get one until the PCS show. One lucky caller or texter between today and tomorrow's show is going to win the brand new Calstar hybrid rail rod. It's a GF HR 84H. It's a brand new designation.
So much power, but the tip is still pretty good.
The design on that rod, and I said it earlier in the show, but if somebody's just tuning in, you can pull as hard as you want on that. It puts so much less stress on the angler's body and so much more pressure on the fish.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
Like you kind of mentioned, some of the aerospace background that went into building the new facility. Like it feels that way with this new rod. It is a departure from what a lot of Calstars have been in terms of design, or not, in terms of fit and finish, but not in terms of design. Like it's got all the Calstar lift that a guy wants, but it has a blank that is noticeably skinnier than a lot of the rods. The weight is lesser. It has the brand new Fuji MC guide. And I mean, when I say brand new, like one of the reasons that this rod wasn't out,
muy duro.
This guide was just released from Fuji in Japan. Like they just made the announcement a few weeks ago, and it's already on these rods. It's just sick. It is such a cool rod.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And thanks to Chris and John, but Chris has been testing it on the Royal Star and having the crew members pull on it. Said it tested very well.
Yeah.
It sounds like they've got quite a few fish. I mean, so they're getting some, whatever you want to call it under your belt,
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it was fun, texting with him. He was saying that like Duke made it a personal mission to try to break this fishing rod. And there's some pictures of him just horseshoeing this rod
on the bow,
on the rail with his whole body on the other side of it. And it just stood the test. Those guys took it as a personal feat. Like I'm about to break this thing. Stand by.
Chris, I'm sure, threw the challenge. I was like, just try.
I guarantee. Yeah, and it took all of it and more. And the end result is a picture of a 150-pounder laying on the deck with this rod that looks like a bass rod.
The best shot was the legend Stas Velanakis in the corner in his classic stance,
that was really cool.
That rod, right? And Stas can pull on that.
And no doubt about it, man.
Really hard. So this is a really great prize, and thanks to those guys. And you're going to be. So, am I correct? Are you going to be able to buy this rod at the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth?
Yes.
At PCS.
Yes, sir.
That'll be your first shot.
I would say if you come on the first day is your best chance, because there are going to be probably a limited amount. I mean, these guys can only do so much,
right?
But we definitely are earmarked several of those. If there's any way you can come earlier in the show, it'd be better.
So you also get a Calstar t-shirt or sweatshirt if you buy a rod, and Calstar donates $20 to Rollo Kids and CCA for each rod that they sell, and all the proceeds from all the swag that they sell in their booth is going to Rollo Kids and PCCA.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah, any rod, you get a sweatshirt. Any blank, you get a T-shirt. And like you say, the money's going to be donated to great causes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's find out what's biting, Rick.
You got it, man. It's time for a catch report, which today at fishdope.com report, sponsored by Gamakatsu. They've got some amazing show deals for you. Buy any 2 packs of Gamakatsu hooks, and you're going to get a free pack. Plus, you purchase $25 of Gamakatsu products at the show, you're going to get a free pocket utility case. You purchase $50 worth of Gamakatsu products at the show, and you're going to receive a free Gamakatsu everyday carry knife that's valued at almost $100.
That's a phenomenal deal.
Let me say that again. If you purchase $50 worth of product at the show,
that's cases, scissors, hooks,
split
whatever.
ring, anything that's got a Gamakatsu name on it. You spend $50 with that, you're going to get a knife that's worth basically $100. So you're going to get a prize. You're going to get a freebie that's worth twice what you're paying in all your other good stuff. And you're going to get a bunch of Gamakatsu. It's all at participating dealers at the PCS show. It is while supplies last. That is a rad deal.
That's as good as a mystery box.
Yeah, totally. And again, it's while supplies last, so get on it for sure. Yeah.
No doubt about it. Well, hey, we've got him standing by. Captain Mark Wish, our private boater buddy, is standing by with that fishdope.com report. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Ricky, Pete, Doug.
Morning, Captain.
You guys are having way too much fun. Doug, I gotta tell you though, every single time you're on the show, I'm always way the hell behind working on my notes because I have too much fun listening to you.
Well, that's nice of you to say.
And you've been talking extensively about the 84H and what an incredible invention that sounds like it is. But did I also hear an 875? I know about the MH. I've got one.
Yeah.
But an M?
Yeah.
875M?
Yep. It kind of completes that whole 7.5 foot series from the M all the way up to the double XH.
And we're
so is the M like 20 to 40 type of thing, or what?
Yeah,
they put on that?
I mean, we got to play with it a little bit, and so that's going to be your medium-ish bait rod and or some kind of a current sniper. I mean, it'll have multiple uses. It's long enough that you can cast. It's short enough that you can pull on a nice tuna. So it's probably like a 30-pound rod, but different people use different tests. But once I get to pull on it a little bit more, but I would say it's probably going to be, if you just went right up the line and tried to make it simple, starting with the medium, it's a 30, a 40, a 50, a 60, and an 80.
Can I throw one more at you, Mark, because I know you're a tackle gearhead?
Uh-oh.
We have another new one that we will have wrapped and finished from them. It's a 278 foot heavy, my favorite 25-pound rod, that they are going to extend out to an 8.5 foot version. And it's going to come from the factory with a reel seat, but a reel seat that is in between deckhand style grip. It's a cork tape grip with smooth shrink over the top of the cork tape. So a 278 foot heavy and 8.5 with a reel seat. It is so cool.
The thing is sick. It is.
I mean, where is the innovation going to stop with these guys? I mean, it's incredible to be building that kind of stuff.
We came to that Calstar meeting with a list of wants and maybes and what could we do, and these were the things, and they just looked at us and said, "Yeah, we'll build all those."
The fact that
sounds
they
good. Let's do that.
Off, is a miracle
for sure. So what's biting, Mark?
Incredible. Oh, who the hell cares? But as to some reports here, we got to go through the effort here. We've had some nice weather this week, and definitely a bit more traffic out on the water. It's getting to be towards springtime. I think tomorrow is the meteorological first day of spring. So it's getting to be that time of year. Water conditions are much improved after that big blow a week and a half ago. And man, the bass fishing's pretty good. Calicos and Sandies both. The structure spots up there in Santa Monica Bay for sure, and then all along the coast actually. On a mix of hard baits, plastic, and of course the old standby squid on a lead head. I mean, them bass are biting, man. It's just been good. They're all confused here. They're supposed to be freezing, and the water's mostly over 60 and 62, 63 in some places. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting season for the bass fishing for sure. And guys, when you're fishing that leadhead and squid down toward the bottom, here's a little sidebar. You're going to get some of those sheepheads that live down there, and some of them sheepies are big. They're a lot of fun to catch. And the season has been closed, but opens back up tomorrow. So that gives us another target species. Yeah,
Okay.
sheephead opens tomorrow.
Sheephead opens
And then
we got to wait another month for rockfish.
Yeah, my red snapper fried fish deal is it's got to wait another month. But yeah, those big sheepheads are fun, man. They pull hard. I like fishing those things during the wintertime. And then halibut fishing, it's been steady. It's a little bit slow generally, but there's been some nice ones caught. It really hasn't kicked off yet, but in our area here, mostly around the Horseshoe Kelp, you want to fish around the bait schools that are on the edge of the hard bottom there for your best shot at a big one. There's been some big ones. 2 weeks ago, they got one that was almost 42 pounds. Yeah, that's just a beauty. And then Ora Catalina, not too much to report. No meaningful scores on yellows or sea bass that I'm aware of. Somebody could have caught something and kept it under the radar, but I haven't heard much of anything on yellows and sea bass here for a couple weeks now. It's pretty nice halibut fishing though on the shallow beaches backside west there. That's been kind of normal here for this time of year. And I gotta tell you that I'm really disappointed in my island over there because you guys know I love watching those white flowers on the dogwood trees, and the flowers bloomed incredibly early this year, weeks early. Flowers are all gone. They're usually still trickling off the trees. They've been gone now for 2 weeks. And usually that points to an early sea bass season, but they didn't get the memo this year.
It's like the groundhog went back in.
Something's out of whack. So I don't know. We're gonna have to rethink that whole scenario. But that's this week's report, guys. You were talking about that yellows that's down the beach there. Danny called me this morning early, telling me about quite a good-sized area yellow from like Colnett up towards Ensenada there.
Ooh,
guys find
that's
some
great.
decent fish.
Soon to be at the Coronado Islands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
fishdope.com. Danny and the boys, they have it. $30 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code hookup now, lowercase, no space, hookup now. Your $30 code. Watch it carefully right now. Tomorrow's March 1st, and you watch. As soon as we get into the PCS show, it's going to go wide open. You know that, right? And Mark, how do we find you?
Well, Pete, we're in Huntington Beach on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger by the Chevron station. Phone number is area code 714-840-4262. Website, pacificedgetackle.com. And the water temp at the buoy below Comedy is 63 degrees.
Whoa.
Bring it on, baby.
Mackerel.
Go figure, huh?
Yeah. Bluefin.
Holy bluefin.
Yeah. Thanks,
they gotta
Mark.
be around.
Appreciate that. And we'll talk
see
to
you
you
guys.
next Saturday.
Take care, Mark.
You got it.
All right.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up our Catch Report, sponsored by Anza Knives. Hey, Don and the Anza Knives crew will be at the PCS Costa Mesa show in booth 535 in the Costa Mesa building. Anza Knife Makers will be in the booth too, along with their full line of fillet knives, plus hunting, military, and some one-of-a-kind custom knives, all at special show prices. Go see the crew at Anza Knives at booth 535 at the Costa Mesa show.
Going to be great to have Anza Knives back at the show for
No
sure.
doubt.
And nice to talk to Don. And they're literally going to be behind Let's Talk Hookup. So Let's Talk
Cool.
Hookup booth, the back of Let's Talk Hookup, the other side will be Anza Knives. So if you're looking for them, that's where they'll be.
There it is.
5:35. So don't miss them for sure. Hey, texts are packed.
Crazy.
Like crazy. So you have a good one, huh?
I thought so. It says, good morning, guys. Doug, I love Fisherman's Landing tackle, and recently Dylan hooked me up with a rig to slay the sand bass on the half day on the Dolphin. My question is, I'm interested in a Shimano Osea jigger setup and wanted your recommendation on size of reel and potential rod that would be most versatile for our local full-day trips and half-day trips. That's from Ralph and Menifee.
Yep. So they have a lever drag and they have a star drag option. The star drag is going to be the 2000. The lever drag is going to be the 2500. I don't think you would want to go up to the 4000 size. That's more for dropping for the bigger tuna. But either of those, I think that just comes to personal preference, whether you want the lever drag or the star drag. And then they've got the jigging style handles and for the local stuff, you're probably going to want to put maybe in that 50-pound test braided line range. You don't need the multicolor. Probably just a white would be fine for that. And then I was looking this morning in the shop, and it's like there's been how there's an algae bloom and you get red tide. It's like we've got an algae bloom red tide of jigging rods in our store.
Wow.
And they're all between like 5'8" and 6'2", kind of in that range. I'm not the best expert. Some of our guys in the shop, like Dylan and Ray and Rick and I mean, just right down the line, I really should be naming everybody, but everybody's really
got such a great team,
has got so much interest and passion and knowledge on that jigging stuff. I would really suggest, if it's in the cards for you, to be able to come down to the shop or stop in our booth at PCS, because each one will have a different characteristic that you might like. Most of the ones we have traditional guide setups, but of course, I still call it a Roberts wrap, but the acid wrap style where the guides go underneath the blank up towards the tip, and probably would want to get a little more into what types of fishing that you concentrate on. I mean, from rock fishing up to yellowtail, up to school size tuna. It can get pretty involved, and I want to make sure that you get the right tool for the right job. And if you do multiple things, it warrants a lengthy conversation. You can spend a half an hour with one of the guys and really get dialed in. And then, it's a fairly new technique to a lot of people. So also the ability to get yourself dialed in on how to use this gear. And just having the right gear, just because you have a nice Porsche doesn't mean you're going to win the race. You got to know how to drive that thing. So it's the same with the fishing. You want to take advantage of spending the time with one of the guys and really educating yourself on how to use this gear so that it's the most effective and the most fun.
For sure. Hey, appreciate that text. I have another great one here from Brad in San Diego. And Brad says, "Hello guys, I'm going nighttime fishing for bluefin tuna. How many jigs do I need to grab, and what gram sizes? Folks like myself included seems to bring an arsenal, and now I feel a collection of jigs, knives, combers, etc. could be outdated. So, 3-day trip. How many jigs and what size should I bring today?"
I mean, the simple answer is, you don't lose these jigs very often. You're fishing heavy line. The Spectra is maybe not as susceptible to getting cut off as monofilament would be, but you definitely need a variety, and they're expensive. So I'm not trying to spend your hard-earned money here, but at the very least, I would have maybe 3 different types of jigs. I would have a traditional 300 or 400 gram knife jig, a rip roller or equivalent. I would have something that either in the Eddy bomb, which is basically a torpedo sinker, or one of the fatter style SK jigs, West Coast Jigger HGs, which is not yet a tungsten, but and then I would definitely have a 300 gram to 350 gram tungsten jig. Those are brutally expensive, but when there's a little bit of wind, a little bit of current, when the fish are a little deeper, that gets you down first and keeps your scope from being too radical. And I mean, if you fish a lot, you should probably have at least 2 of each of those. And then they're, rigged up with the 2 assist hooks, a 200-pound fluorocarbon leader. You don't want to chafe off your $100 tungsten jig. And I can just tell you, this year, the tungstens are going to be probably going over that $100 mark into, 119 to even as much as 179. We've secured jigs in that just over $100 range. We're going to be offering them at PCS for under $100. So that's your best.
And like Ricky said, there could be a shortage this year, so stock up.
Well, and there probably will be. I mean, if you're going to do that type of fishing, I would have a variety of maybe 6 jigs and multiple styles.
Right, for sure. All right. Hey, I want to mention that we have secured our 2-day Liberty trips with Taro.
right.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Those are classics.
So they have them at fishermanslanding.com. Also on the Let's Talk Hookup website, letstalkhookup.com on our trips page. The first one is Sunday, June 28th leaves at 11 a.m., returns Tuesday, June 30th, and it returns at 6 a.m. How about that for a prime date? And here's another prime date, 2-day, Sunday, September 27th at 11 a.m., returns Tuesday, the 29th at 6 a.m., limited to 26 on the boat. He held the price this year, which I can't believe it, $895 for a 2-day trip. And that includes all the meals too.
Yep.
And no passports are required on those trips. So
Yep.
if you want to go at that price with
And
only
June,
26
you've
people,
never had a June one before. That's amazing.
yeah, and so end of June. So it'd be right at very end of June, which is absolute prime time. And September. With the El Nino
September,
year this
yes.
year, holy mackerel! Go catch wahoo on the Liberty, right? So get on it, and that's going to be a great trip. And they fill up. They always fill up very quickly.
Yes.
So fishermanslanding.com, just book online.
Yep, that's a good one, Pete.
Yeah.
That's a good call. Hey, I had another great text come through, and this is kind of talking about the boats from John in Rancho San Diego. Wow, what a great show, guys. Hey, Doug, could you let me know what you think the perfect reel is for that Calstar rod we're giving away? Also, is there anything new happening in the rental department at Fisherman's Landing for the coming years? Fisherman's Landing sets the standards in their quality of rental tackle, and I've always appreciated the opportunity to be able to fill in whatever gaps I have in my quiver with truly high-end rental tackle. Again, Sean, Rancho San Diego.
Yep. So, I mean, we use Calstar rods. We use mostly Shimano reels, but also some Penn reels. We added one really cool thing this year, and we're going to really get to start testing that out on April 1st when the Rock Cod opens back up. But we have secured some Fathom electric reels. So when you drop down 600 feet and everybody else is turning their handle and their arms are aching, you just push the lever forward and crank those fish up.
And those are no cord needed, no additional battery. They come with a battery.
With a battery attached.
Cordless.
Are those going to be on sale at PCS?
Yes, they are.
Oh.
And they've got quite a special going. If you buy the Penn electric reel, you're going to get a free rod with that. And you're going to get free Pro Spec braided line.
Wow.
They're really making a big splash in the electric reel arena, the 30, the 50, and the 80 size. So you've got stuff for, more local rock cod on up to swordfish and tuna. And then the main reels that we carry in our rental department are Shimano's, but also some Penns. The bigger stuff is the lever drag 2 speeds, Talica 20, Talica 25. And then we get down.
Now, are they the new Talicas, the Talica A, or are they
I don't
a mixture of both?
We may,
they're both great.
We don't take any chances with our stuff, but there's nothing wrong with the first gen.
Oh, absolutely.
But as we replace them, which I believe we have replaced some, there might be some Gen 2s floating around back there. And then we've got spinning rods for the half-day guys. That calico fishing, we discovered that people were struggling to cast the conventional reels, and they're watching other people catch fish. And since we've added those spinning rods, those people, can cast their anchovy. They can cast their little plastic.
Are they the Shimano bait runners?
Yes.
Oh,
bait runner.
so
Isn't that a good call for half-day rental
great.
reels?
Yeah, 8,000 and just some beautiful Calstar spinning rods that we had them make up for us. We tried some, what the spinning rods that were just kind of readily available in the marketplace, and they really were a little clunky and not the best. And so we just said, for our tuna fishing, we're going top of the line. We went top of the line on the spinning stuff.
Sweet. Hey, I have a great text here from Mike in Anaheim, and he says, positive comments on Chris Yamada and Calstar. I've been a regular on a number of Chris's short and long range trips. He's an incredible, innovative fisherman and never surprises me when he comes up with something new. I have been totally impressed with what Chris and John have done to enhance Calstar's products. So true.
Yep. I mean, I don't know what we can add to that. We've seen it firsthand. Chris has been a friend and a customer and a long-range fisherman for years. People might remember seeing him at the show each year in the Calstar booth. He's kind of been a fixture. And, Pat and Calstar could not have picked a better successor. Leon was an icon for decades and, created Calstar. And Chris is just taking it to the next level. He's very innovative. He's not putting features on things just to sell a rod. He's actually innovating a sincere rod that makes the experience better. So, that company could have been sold to somebody overseas and they would slap a Calstar label on an overseas rod. Unfortunately, back in the day, that happened with Sabre. And, Sabre was never the same. Calstar is destined to be innovative and a better product going forward. And I couldn't be more thrilled. I mean, I've been with that whole Sabre Calstar thing since the beginning of my career. And
way back.
Yeah, back in the day, as they
back
say.
in the day.
How proud do you think Leon would be right now, seeing
my
just
God.
all the great
Leon
stuff
would be
going
stoked.
on, seeing what a kick-ass John is doing, and it feels like what Calstar always was. Like
Yes.
Leon would tinker and develop these unbelievably cool designs of rods, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Like John has the freedom to just go, and he's so good at it. Look at how skinny this blank is.
I
Like
know.
that's
And light.
such a difference from what they've done. It's really fun to watch.
But he's like a little kid that is excited about
I love
something, he's not doing this, strictly for profit, and how, he doesn't have the spreadsheet out. He's got playing with the rods and making prototypes and taking them fishing, and he's so excitable.
Yeah, for sure. You have a great one, Rick?
I thought so. Yeah, let me go right back to it. It was for you, Pete, and I thought it was a good info. Good morning, guys. I got a little bit of Christmas money I wanted to spend, and I wanted to invest in a good vacuum sealer for the season. I recall Pete had some info and recommendations. If you wouldn't mind recalling that, I'd appreciate it. That's from Brian in San Diego.
Really testing the old man's brain here. VacMaster is the one that I have at home. That thing is so bulletproof, knock on wood. It is like, I hardly service it at all. Once in a while, you have to put oil into it. They're not cheap. They're over $1,000, but we've literally had it for decades.
Yeah.
And it's flawless. You just need to buy the bags, and you can buy those online. You can buy them on Amazon, buy them anywhere. I really recommend the 2 mil bags, but that VacMaster system it's flawless. And you don't need the big giant one. Just get one that fits your cupboard. We actually have our little closet that we built a shelf on it, have it in the shelf, and we'd use it all the time I vac-pack lobster tails, I vac-pack fish, we vac-pack soups, leftovers, everything.
Wow.
It's the VacMaster.
Is that 2 mil considered the thicker of the bags?
The 5 mil.
Oh, 5 mil.
5 mil is the thick.
I thought you said
yeah,
2.
that's
I'm
the ones.
sorry.
And that's pretty much when you go to Fisherman's Processing. That's all they use.
Okay.
Now. The 3 mil and 5 mil. There's 3 mil and 5 mil. And 3 mil are good. 5 mil is just better.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, another one here from Mike in Orange County, and he says, "Will Let's Talk Hookup be broadcasting live from the PCS shows this weekend?" So we will not. We don't do that anymore. We have too many bells and whistles in our systems now, and it's not as simple as it used to be when we were just on a radio. Now we're streaming on YouTube and Facebook Live. We're streaming on our Let's Talk Hookup app, and we have 97.3 The Fan. So it just complicates things, and so we don't do the live broadcast. But next weekend, we are going to have 2 sensational shows. I'll be at the show, but then I'm going to be driving back here and doing the show. Ricky won't be
I'm
here.
pissed. I'm legit pissed about it.
So Saturday, Dave Pfeiffer will be here a week from today. Dave Pfeiffer from Shimano, who is retiring as the president. It's basically going to be his retirement show.
Yep.
And we're going to give a little roast, have some people call in, maybe do that. And co-hosting with me will be Alex the Sports Barber,
Yeah.
who is Dave's really super good buddy. And Dave is so great. He's a great friend and probably the best fisherman I've ever met in my life, period, for all different species. And so that's going to be Saturday. And then next Sunday is really going to be great because captain of the Polaris Supreme is going to be here, and he's going to be here.
How'd you get Aliar?
I know.
How did you pull that off?
Because Frank asked.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Aliar was great to work with. We were trying to, because he's doing a seminar on Friday up at the PCS show. And so he says, I'm not sure when my seminar is. I believe it's Friday afternoon at PCS is as Aliar's, and we'll know more tomorrow when Bill and Mike are on the show. But Aliar is going to be here a week from tomorrow, Sunday, and that's going to be great.
So you have Pfeiffer on Saturday and Aliar
on Sunday.
Yeah,
So that's
weekend.
because Aliar is tough to get. As you know. But here's the other thing too. We're doing a great Rollo raffle in our booth. Raising money to take kids fishing, and so we'll be selling tickets. Tommy and Wayne and Dave will all be in there selling tickets. I believe Dan's going to help too, and to take kids fishing. On one of the 4 prizes that we're giving away is a 2-day trip in April on the Polaris Supreme. Ooh. And thanks to Aliar and Frank for that. We're also going to be giving away a new Talica 20A.
Ooh.
Right? What's that? Like $800 reel, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to give away a pair of Costa sunglasses and then a Shimano Torium 20.
So this is just like a private run raffle just at Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Buy your ticket, or excuse me, Let's Talk Hookup. Let's Talk Hookup booth. You'll buy your raffle ticket, and you'll have a shot at winning one of those prizes, and the money just goes to send kids fishing.
100% of that money goes to sending kids fishing. Yeah, so that'll be only at the Let's Talk Hookup booth, both at Orange County, Costa Mesa, or the Del Mar show.
Where is
serious
your
prizes?
Booth?
Yeah.
Where's your booth located in Orange County?
We're in the where Shimano is. I'm trying to think of that building. It's the Costa Mesa building.
So as you walk in,
you turn take a right. You take a right to go to Fisherman's Landing Tackle. You take a left to go into the big. And we're right next to Haida Gwaii Safaris. We're right down from Shimano, and then we'll be right next to Corey Sandin at MC Swim Base. He's going to be right there too.
Not an immediate left, like the next building.
The next building,
right?
Yeah, the second building on the left. Yeah. So we'll be in that building. You won't be able to miss us. We'll be in the main building.
I think that's a really cool thing. Great way to raise some money, and honestly, for like the rafflers out there, what a great way. I mean, those are some for real grand prizes, and like there's just not going to be that many people in there. I mean, you're talking some really serious prizes for probably a good ratio of tickets bought to prizes
for sure. I want to thank Tommy P and Wayne for putting that together, basically, because it's all their deal too. And Wayne will actually have some swag, some Let's Talk Hookup swag on sale too. So he'll have some hats and maybe some shirts and other stuff in the booth. So we'll have some stuff there.
Cool.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More with the tackle guru, Doug Kern. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live.
It's Truck Month at your local San Diego County Ford dealers. The biggest deals of the year on Ford trucks are happening now. From Pro Power Onboard to Blue Cruise Tech and the Ford Security Package, Ford's award-winning truck lineup is built with the power and utility to help you take on whatever life throws your way. From F-Series, America's best-selling truck, to the Ford Maverick and the Ford Ranger, built to take you everywhere from work to play. Check out the entire lineup of Ford trucks and take a test drive today. Go to your local San Diego County Ford dealers today.
I believe there is no doubt that the finest sport fishing in the world starts right here in San Diego. This is Captain Frank Lopresti. Our fleet of long-range boats and crew are unmatched, and the Royal Polaris and Shogun are right at the top of the list. Captain Jonathan Yamati and his crew aboard the Royal Polaris are considered to be the finest long-range vessel in the world. From summer bluefin, yellowtail, and wahoo to giant yellowfin tuna, our record is unmatched. The Shogun, under the direction of Captain Rene Monteagudo, has become one of the most popular long-range boats in the fleet. This big, wide, solid riding vessel has gained a reputation for catching fish and treating their customers to an epic vacation on the water. I am so proud of Jonathan, Rene, and the crews on both the Royal Polaris and Shogun, as they have helped me keep the reputation of the premier vessels in the long-range fleet. Come see for yourself. Book a trip on the Royal Polaris or Shogun today. Check RoyalPolarisSportFishing.com or ShogunSportFishing.com, or call Monica or Jen in the office at 619-226-8030.
Time to talk about great gear from Shimano. And I know at Fisherman's Landing Tackle, you're going to have some Shimano dealers, right?
Well, we do. Everything Shimano oriented is going to be on sale. There's going to be free.
On sale?
Yes.
Like even reels?
Yes.
Even rods?
Yes.
Line, Power Pro?
We got lots of jigs.
Lots of jigs?
And
you're going to have the new Ledge Runner on sale?
We do. I was going to mention that. For people that don't know what that is, it's a high-speed trolling jig that has a large bill that bill is adjustable for shallow or deeper tracking. And they're in a 200 size and a 160 size. So wahoo down to tuna,
Ooh, it's gonna be a killer
high
jig.
speed, but it will actually run at the lower speeds, like sport boat speeds.
I
8,
can't
10
wait
knots.
to troll one of those at the Coronado Islands for
Yeah.
yellowtail. Check it out at your local Shimano dealer. All that great tackle.
The PCS show is coming, and we will have our best booth ever. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Check us out in the wildly popular saltwater building at the PCS show in Costa Mesa. We will have exclusive products and promotions available only from us. Everything at the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth will be on sale with a ton of high-quality saltwater products that no one else at the show will have. For saltwater tackle at the PCS show, your best stop is the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning with Doug, talking tackle, PCS show around the corner. It is just go time.
All right, Mike Lum, who always watches over us, our guardian angel, says, yes, Let's Talk Hookup booth is in the Costa Mesa building.
Okay.
Thank you. And then, of course, Rollo is going to be right in the kind of in between the two buildings as you go out toward the show there. You won't want to miss their booth, too. So.
And you know what? That's it's going to be such great
Thank you,
weather.
Mark.
To be outside is going to be a great thing.
Weekend. Yeah, it's going to be great.
And it's a covered outside, but to get the fresh air.
Yeah.
I mean,
The layout of PCS is so cool in
It
that
is.
like there is no such thing as like a quote unquote bad booth space because
No.
the show just flows so good. We have a lot of people that the second they come in, you walk through the doors, you make your standard right-hand turn and you see Fisherman's Landing Tackle first. Or we have other people that make a left-hand turn and see us as they're done with the show and everything in between. Like you just, the flow is so good and there's live music and there's food. And when you're transitioning from one building to another, there's all the outside booth, like you talk about Rollo. It's just,
Fun
it's a
times.
really good layout if you haven't been before.
and all
It's
the
a
boats in the
different show.
courtyard there and all the food. And I mean, just the smells of the food. And then, to see all those boats and then, let's go check this building out. And
Yeah.
each building is kind of unique and different.
I
For
can't
sure.
wait, man.
Now, you have a great text, right?
I thought so. An interesting one says, hey guys, great show. My question is whether there's going to be any sales that are exclusive to either show or any items that are be first come, first serve that we will be able to get at the OC show. Or are you expecting to have any of those same deals or same style for the San Diego show? Looking for some inside baseball to plan my shopping.
Yep. We just got kind of an exciting text. And so this is semi-exclusive. We have a great relationship with BFT, and they make jigs and hooks. And we just got word that we are going to get 70 tungsten jigs, 300 size and 400 size. I'm only imagining that
7,400.
7,400.
Right. And then another 5,300.
I misunderstood. Oh, okay. I thought we were getting 70 total. So that 400 size arguably will be the largest size tungsten that you can buy from any manufacturer. We're going to take those to the Orange County show. I'm imagining they'll be gone the first day, but that will be a huge opportunity. And that they're custom colors for Fisherman's Landing. Some of the traditional colors, your red polka dot, I mean, that's proven, that's golden. But the Orange County show, so we've been talking about that a little bit and the way it's laid out. There are 5 major buildings. There are some other tents and outdoor areas. And then the center courtyard, that it's a very festival type atmosphere, music, the wafting smells from the food booths. I mean, the boats, and then each building takes on its own personality. There will be some tackle manufacturers, and some tackle dealers in each building, but they take on their own personality. Now, as we go down to Del Mar, this will be the first Del Mar show. There are 3 major buildings, and then there are outdoor areas between the buildings. And so it's going to be the same concept, but it's obviously going to be a different flow because those buildings kind of flow into each other. So it's not the big courtyard area. So you're going to be transformed from, so I guess the first building you come into, that's where Fisherman's Landing will be. And as well, a lot of the major manufacturers that we deal with. And yes,
Yeah, Calstar will be there.
Calstar and Shimano and Yozuri and Iser, and I'm going to forget some.
Yeah.
Because
I believe Shimano's in the Costa Mesa building. They're across.
I'm talking about Del Mar.
Oh, you're talking Del Mar.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So that building is going to be chock full of the who's who of saltwater.
Oh, that's wow.
Manufacturers.
And that's where you used to walk in, and there were all the boats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then you'll flow into the middle building. There will be a whole nother set of manufacturers and booths, and I believe 1 or 2 tackle stores in there. And then you go into the third building, which used to be the tackle building, but now all 3 are the tackle buildings.
And what's cool about Bill and Mike's assortment too is they intermix the boats with everything. It's not just like you go into one area and it's all boats,
right?
And it's not all tackle stores, or it's all this, all that. It's everything's kind of mixed up,
That's
right?
what I love
in
about
both
it.
shows.
Well,
It is, yeah. You don't just end up, I'm going to go to the one building and then I'm done.
Right.
There's something in each building for everybody.
Right.
And we did hold back some Del Mar only specials.
Ooh,
I think
Del Mar
everybody knows
only.
that, at our tackle day, a day at the docks, we always have some half off bins for the rods. We held back all of the half off rods that we have for that show. I can't off the top of my head think of everything that we saved and held back, but anything that was a special buy that we made. There's some exclusive things that we're bringing to Del Mar.
We're going to have a deal on boots at the Del Mar show that will blow your mind.
Really?
Now, it's so good that we knew we would sell out wherever we put them out. And so we wanted to do something fun. And to be totally honest with you, we just don't physically have the room to bring all of those up to the OC show. But San Diego's in our backyard. We will have a deal on boots that is mind-blowing. If
Really?
you need a pair of
Name
boots.
brand boots?
Name brand boots.
Yeah, they're the short style boots.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you, they're by Hook, and it's a first run boot. It's not some lame closeout in a
they're
crappy
sick.
color. They're the traditional gray boot. We have a bigger booth. It's twice the size in Del Mar than it is in
Wow.
Costa Mesa. So we couldn't do boots in Costa Mesa, but we'll have a giant display of these boots there, and I can just tell you they're going to be way more than half off.
Whoa.
Way more.
Way more.
Yeah, it's wild.
Wow.
It's probably the best.
And that's only Del Mar.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
for something, and this isn't something funky. I mean, you can walk into the store right now and pay for them, and they're over $100.
Yeah.
And I can tell you one thing:
They're less than half price.
They're not going to be that at the show.
Yeah, wow.
That's
What
really
a deal.
good.
What a deal. Well, that's great. All right. You have another good one, huh?
I thought so. It says, good morning, gentlemen. This crazy good weather is making me itchy to go fishing. I might try to sneak out tomorrow. Do you guys have any thoughts on local rock cod fishing when that opens back up, as well as looking forward to the bluefin season? My question is about color of jigs, color of line, all of these things. When we're nighttime jig fishing, do we really feel that it makes a difference, or is it all just for me? Either way, I'm buying. I just wanted the tackle guru's opinion.
Well, that was like 15 different things all going different directions. Yes, the rock cod's going to open on April 1st. That's the deeper
Of course,
water.
down here, we can fish in Mexican water.
Well, yeah, you can go tomorrow rock cod fishing once you get across the border, but that'll be your deeper water. So you're going to want, you don't need a big outfit, but whatever you're using is going to be a little heavier. We tend to use a 16-ounce torpedo sinker, and you use 2 hooks and some bait, but you can use a jig. You're allowed 2 hooks, so you can use a jig would be considered 1 hook, and then 1 branch coming off that you can put a bait, bait hook, or those gulp baits.
They work.
They have a scent, and I mean they really
Like those
work real
grubs.
well. So the pink grubs always been my go-to, but I'm sure a lot of that stuff would work. And then we've had some good sand bass fishing down by the border. The bonita fishing. There's a little bit of that stuff around, but it was wide open for 6 weeks, and wouldn't be surprised to see that pop back up. We've already had the first tuna caught. We've had the first yellowtail caught, and so when you get off shore and you're talking about the lines, I was having trouble following the bouncing ball because there were several topics there. But the line that everybody's using now for that deep water, bigger tuna stuff at night is the multicolor so that you can really gauge how deep your jig is going. And we talked about the jigs earlier for that bluefin fishing. We kind of distilled it down that if you're going to fish a little bit throughout the season, have 6 jigs, 2 of each of the 3 different styles: traditional knife jig, tungsten jig, and the Eddie Bomb style or the squattier football shaped jigs. And to get in depth on a lot of this stuff, you can always come into the tackle store, come to our booth at the PCS, and grab one of our guys. Everybody is a fish maniac, and
that's for sure.
We deal with this stuff every day, so we see what the trends are like and what is actually effective and what's working.
Yeah. So speaking of jigs, Mike and Hammett he says, my knife jigs have hooks at both ends. I have been told to remove the top one, but have resisted doing so because I figured they have a good reason for putting it there. I lost a big bluefin on my last trip, so now I'm second guessing myself. What's your opinion? Remove it top or leave it?
Yeah, I think it actually is the opposite of what you're thinking. If you have a hook at the top and the bottom, sometimes the way that those fish get foul hooked, it actually has detrimental results. We have been doing this now for over a decade, and it's evolved. And some guys were putting like 5 and 6 hooks all in different places, and it's really evolved down to having 2 hooks on one end. And typically the end that we put those on is the lower end, so like a traditional jig. But things just kind of get fouled up, and it causes the tuna to come up sideways instead of pulling straight. If you hook it in the back with one of the hooks and in the cheek with the other hook, the fish just gets turned sideways, and it's tougher to land the fish. And the deckhands have overwhelmingly told us that they just want 2 good assist hooks, and they've got to have that heavy braided leader on there. And then you put a 200-pound fluorocarbon leader on the jig so that you don't chafe off. So if you ask our opinion, it's just going to be 2 assist hooks on the same end.
I think that jigs is the thing that's almost going to steal the show. Like, obviously, Fisherman's Landing Tackle, we have a huge selection of rods and reels. There's all the exclusive Calstar stuff we talked about, and that's what usually gets all the press at the show. I think our selection of jigs is something that I'm the most proud of this year because it's so varied. We have an amazing wall of surface iron that will be had this year from different manufacturers and different types of deals too. Some of them will be just greatly discounted price of them. Some will be buy X amount, get X amount free. The tungsten, the heavy, the knife jigs. There's just a lot. The other thing that's become hugely popular is all of that like northern Sea of Cortez, Cabria type fishing. Like, we have massively increased our selection on, castable stick bait, jerk bait, whether you like to catch yellows or cabrias or groupers. Like, there is a really, really cool selection of casting lures at the booth this year.
Wow. At both.
Well, and I can tell you, Yozuri has some insane deals. And on some of their poppers, they're doing buy one, get one free from the Yozuri booth. Another Del Mar special is we're bringing the rip rollers, buy one, get one free.
What?
Same with the Mustad assist
See, he's
hooks.
giving it up now, Ricky. Yeah.
I didn't ask that question by accident,
Wow.
Pete. Yeah, that was not an accidental.
Yeah.
That was not an accidental pitch.
Yeah.
Thought I could sneak that one out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. That's some good deals. Hey, so speaking of deals, Rick in Chula Vista's headed to Cedros this summer and wants to know that there's weight is an issue on the plane. He wants to load up at the PCS San Diego show. And do you have a checklist for terminal tackle of what to bring on the setup for yellowtail as well as fish and bass?
Yep. So I'm going to lead in, and then Rick's going to elaborate because he is very expert.
You deal with this
at
every
that subject.
But
you just want to have a good assortment of plastics and those Viejo jigs, the weedless Corey baits. Corey is going to be at both shows, and he's going to be roughly in our vicinity at the Del Mar show. So we're excited about that. So that's really a good place to load up on the plastics. And we will also have The Corey recommended hooks and lead heads for his specific baits in Del Mar. So that'll be a great place to load up on that. Traditional surface irons, the yellowtail fishing can be fantastic there. A lot of it is surface iron fishing. We have a good selection of 2-fish jigs, which I think everybody's starting to recognize as being probably one of the best swimming jigs ever made, as well as the JRI jigs. For the yo-yo style, we do those 2 companies, but also Salas.
Are those going to be buy 2 get 1 free?
Well, they're going to be different discounts, but probably better than buy 2 get 1 free percentage. Yeah. And then I know with the JRI, you get our deal, but then you also get, he's donating another jig. So you buy 3 jigs at that killer price and get 1 free.
And this was the first year that JRI said, okay, I want to make this special. On the freebie, what do you want? And so like we got to pick what the giveaway lure is for free. Some manufacturers might give you something for free, but it's something that's collecting dust. They custom made, custom poured. So we got to take what, in our opinion, is their single most popular surface iron. And then he made a custom PCS only paint job for it. So this is like a really cool jig that you want. And the only way you can get it is if you buy the jig deal at the store, then you'll get a DW3, which is their brand new surface iron in a very cool custom. It's like a light blue gold tip painted sick surface iron.
Really?
Only way to get it is if you buy the jig deal at the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth.
Wow. That's cool.
And then also I want to throw one more out there because you're talking surface iron fishing. 2-Fish Jigs it'll be the first time ever to buy that B3.
B3.
That's their brand new. It's like a Giga, but a little heavier version. If you're casting into breeze.
Dan was talking about it last time on the show.
Because he was talking Cedros, that's what you want. Like a nice big jig, swims great, little bigger profile. Only place to buy that will be at the Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth in the entire PCS show.
And if you had to, you can throw that on 50 or 60 pound line. Sometimes, you get fish near their structure. You got to be able to stop the fish before they get there. So a little heavier jig that still swims is kind of a unique put up.
Yeah, for sure. You have another good one, Rick?
I thought so. It says, hey guys, I'm really excited about the show. I've been loving this little bit of surface iron talk. Doug, if I was coming to the booth to pick out a brand new surface iron outfit, where would you send me?
Well, you mean,
I think he means like what rod and reel.
A Trinidad 20 size reel or equivalent, but I mean that would be the number 1 reel. But Torium 20 is an equally good choice, if it's out of the budget to go for the full Trinidad deal. And then we will probably have more jig sticks literally than we've ever even had in our store. All those new Calstars that are coming out. And I mean, we have the Fisherman's Landing wrapped rods. We have the 2-tone blanks. Wow. We have the new 95Js in a couple of different put-ups. I mean, there's, the West Coast is all fiberglass. The graphite glass is 30% graphite, 70% glass. Graphiters are 70% graphite, 30% glass. There's 9-foot, 9.5, 10-foot, even that new 6485. So we have more selections at the PCS show than we even have right now in our store.
That's pretty
But
awesome.
all of those will be coming back to the store and become part of our permanent arsenal.
Wow.
But
I want to get this one in before we go. We only have a couple minutes left, but Rex in Santa Margarita says, if I win that Calstar rod or if I buy one of those new Calstar rods, what reel do you recommend putting on it? He says a Talica 25 or something else?
I think the pat answer is going to be a Talica 20, but certainly a Talica 25.
A Talica 20.
If you have other reels that are other brands that are the same configuration, feel free to use those.
Now it does come in an X. We're giving away the H, and it also comes in an XH. So
yeah, but I suppose on the H, a guy for certain situations could go down to a Talica 16.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly 20 and 25 are the mainstay. 80% of that is the Talica 20.
Yeah.
You don't need the big, little wider reel that's a little more tippy. If you needed the line capacity for something,
that Talica 20, the
Talica 20 is.
I'd put the Talica 20 on the H or the XH.
Yeah,
just
either
adjust
way.
your top shot. Fill that thing full of Max Quattro 100-pound and just fish
and adjust your top shot, like
an 80 or 100 top shot, whatever.
If you're a guy that owns a Talica 10, 12, and 20, and a Trinidad 20, you can do anything in Southern California.
So true.
I mean, that is your arsenal.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out who's in the running for that great rod. Remember, it is going to be a potential winner from today with the potential winner from tomorrow. We're going to find out who that is. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Let's Talk Hookup app, as well as Facebook and YouTube Live.
If you spend serious time on the water, you already know how fast conditions can change. Glare shifts, light drops, wind kicks up, and when you're fishing all day, your gear has to keep up. That's why Costa built the Pilot House Pro. It's a semi-rimless shield designed to give you a full, unobstructed view of the water with the clarity Costa's known for and the protection serious anglers actually need. Pilot House Pro is Z87.1 plus safety rated, ventilated to fight fog, and built to stay locked in when things get rough. From flying hooks to long hours in the sun, it's made for real conditions, not just the easy parts of the day. If you want eyewear that works as hard as you do on the water, check out the Pilot House Pro at CostaDelMar.com. See what's out there. Safety rated in U.S. only.
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, El Gato Dos, Pride, Tribute Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open parties, schedule check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
The sports shows are coming, and it's the best time to buy that new boat you always wanted. West Coast Marine will have Parker and Camus boats along with Yamaha outboards at the PCS shows in Costa Mesa and Del Mar this year, all at special boat show prices. Owner Nick Kelly will show you all the latest boats from Parker. These are models designed with the West Coast angler in mind and the ultimate platform for our kind of fishing. West Coast Marine has a great inventory of Parker and Camus boats and Yamaha outboards at their shop on Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa too, along with the finest service on Yamaha outboards and more. Nick will have several Yamaha powered boats at the show available for you to check out. Be sure to go by the West Coast Marine booth at the PCS shows in Costa Mesa and Del Mar, or stop by their Costa Mesa location and see their inventory of new and used boats and Yamaha outboards. Check westcoastmarine.com.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's Calstar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all Calstar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new Calstar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's Calstar at fine tackle dealers.
Are you ready for reliability? Then you're ready for a Yamaha outboard. And there's no better time to jump on board than during our Ready for Reliability sales event. From now until March 31st, 2026, eligible new Yamaha 30 to 450 horsepower outboards get 2 additional years of warranty protection for a total of up to 7 years of warranty coverage. Plus, Yamaha 2.5 to 25 horsepower outboards come with up to $200 in dealer credit. Get ready to enjoy Yamaha reliability with a new outboard today. Visit your local Yamaha dealer for details. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Offer ends March 31st, 2026. Subject to change. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Select models excluded. 24-month Yamaha extended service added to 36 or 60-month factory limited warranty. Choice offered to Florida residents is a 24-month Yamaha limited warranty. See authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealers for details. Cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. Okay, it is time. Doug is going to find out who now has a 50% chance of winning this amazing rod.
Right here.
GFHR84H. Potential winner is going to be a caller or texter. Doug, do us the honors. There we go. Today we have a texter. Congratulations, Rick in Chula Vista. Now again, Rick, remember, you are in the running. You have a 50% chance of winning that rod. We're going to do the same thing tomorrow. We're going to identify a winner, and then we're going to flip a coin one more time to find out who's getting that new rig.
But Rick, you've already won a pair of tickets to either Costa Mesa or Del Mar. So I'll
Your
call you
choice,
after the
yeah.
show and find out which one you want. We'll call for you. But that's
So cool.
And then so you have another shot tomorrow with Bill and Mike from PCS to win that rod. So you want to do that. Doug, great job.
So fun, dude.
Give us one more deal. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Real quick.
I guess the only ones coming to mind, cedar plugs are going to be buy one, get one free.
Whoa.
And that's just the quintessential jig that everybody has to have trolling on Southern California. So we talked about all these big things, but we have a bunch of those little ones like that are sleepers. And
there's a ton of them.
I guess I could throw out the big one. I wanted to keep that kind of a secret for people when they got there, but Seagar fluorocarbon, anything up to 80-pound test, buy one, get one free.
Wow.
Boom.
And wow.
Mic drop.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Doug. We'll see you at the show.
All right.
And you'll be at both
can't
Costa
wait.
Mesa as well as Del
gonna be
Mar.
fun.
And we'll see you right back here tomorrow. And Ricky and I will be back here with Bill and Mike from PCS Show. Thanks for listening today. Thanks to Adam for all he does on the Let's Talk Hookup app. And we'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m., YouTube, Facebook Live, 97.3 The Fan, and the Let's Talk Hookup app.